Hi everyone, welcome to my Animalchit-chat vlog. Today I will be talking about the most stunning creature, and I've had the greatest pleasure of looking after these little things, ladybirds. Now you will find ladybirds everywhere, in your garden, around parks. They are fantastic creatures. You do find them mostly from March to October, so before then it's too cold for them, but you can still find them and they are amazing to conserve. But first I will talk about why everybody likes ladybirds. Well, ladybirds feed on something called aphid. It's a small fly that's comes in different colours, so it's not to be confused with the normal housefly that's much bigger and much grosser. Ew. They come in different colours, red, green and black. I was going to try and show you if there's any in here. They're way too small to show on camera. I have one here somewhere. Can you see him? He's very tiny. He's sort of greenish. He's at the end of the leaf. But yeah, they're so tiny. It's so hard to show on camera. But basically, they are found pretty much everywhere. So they are found on rose, bramble, nettle. I found some today on nettle. I thought that wouldn't happen, would it? But it does. So they're found everywhere, and gardeners don't like aphids because they eat all the plants. They're very greedy. They eat all the lovely roses and things like that. Roses, I don't think really they care about the bramble. You know, they're hydrangeas, whatever it is. I'm not a plant expert. I'm an insect expert. There's a difference. So they eat all the plants. So basically, the ladybirds, their niche is to eat all the aphids, and that's why gardeners love ladybirds so much, because they eat 10 to 30 aphids a day. Of course, it depends how much groups you have in groups. That's, you know, if you're keeping them domestically, you can only really keep them in the summer, I would say, spring to summer, because it's too early in the winter, unless it's the two-spotted ladybird, which can last the winter if you freeze the aphids, because you need to freeze the aphids, because if you don't free the aphids, sorry, oh no, we don't want to free the aphids, sorry, if you don't feed the aphids, what will happen if you don't freeze them, sorry, tongue twister, there won't be any for them in the winter, because aphids mostly come out during the summer when ladybirds come out. Notice the pattern. So yeah, so that's sort of, you know, if you want to keep them in the winter. I prefer to keep them sort of in the summer. It's a good conservation project of mine. If you see me on Instagram, Animalchit-chat 97, and you probably know, you've seen a lot of pictures, and I found a lovely picture of I found a lovely larvae today. I will talk to you about larvae in a second, but I will talk to you through about ladybirds in general and the types you find. So the first and foremost ladybird, the smallest ladybird in the UK, is the two-spotted ladybird. Very sweet. I've got some. I will try and show you. I can't promise it will be easy because of the camera, so bear with me one sec while I spin around. So two-spotted ladybirds grow to 4mm to 6mm. They're very small, very tiny, very sweet, I must say. They have a certain charm, which I love about them. They're so tiny, I can't even see them. No, they're not microscopic. So, there we go. It's hard to see the two spots because it's so tiny. So yeah, 4mm to 6mm. Like all ladybirds do feed on aphids. They're not really fussy. I thought they were fussy if you get a green one or a black one. I thought they were like sort of fussy eaters, like a bit like me, but they're not. They absolutely adore anything you give them. Well, not anything, but it's got to be aphids really. They are known to eat soft-bodied flies, but I would stick to small aphids for these guys because they are very small. Or well, all ladybirds are very small, but these ones are smaller in comparison. Yeah, so they're sort of the most common you will find. You can keep, as I said, you can keep these through the winter. They are fantastic. Just make sure you freeze some aphids, loads of them, to feed them because they eat 10 to 30 a day. I will recommend, depending on how much you have, so you can only keep 10 ladybirds all together in a enclosure, because unfortunately they eat each other because they're quite carnivorous sometimes. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. They really like the number 10. No, it's just because they get all carnivorous with each other if you keep more than 10. So yeah, if you, just a group of 10 would require 30 aphids. Don't worry, you find a lot of aphids around plants gathered together, so don't worry, don't go, oh, I've got to find all these aphids. Don't worry, because you will find them. There's loads, they're everywhere, especially during the summer. So I suggest have a big giant collection, collect all of them, and then freeze at sort of, I say the end of summer or end of August, because if you freeze them now it's a bit too early. Yeah, they do, I think they would, they do eat dead aphids, but they prefer live, so freezing okay. All right then. So yeah, they're lovely little ones, and you can keep those ones through winter. Just sort of be careful and be prepared for winter by collecting all the aphids. The next species I'm going to talk about is the 7-spotted ladybird. Now I've got these as well. I haven't got all the ladybirds. I would love to. They are fantastic. But let's see if I can show you one. They're always at the end of the net, they are. You can't see the net because it's away from you. Just a second. I would have got them out before, but the thing is they are so flighty. I can't really hang around really with them, but there we go. There's more pictures on my website, and I will probably take some more because they are hard to take a photo of, but I would love a close-up of, oh, sorry, he's forward. She's forward. Just a minute. There we go. Yeah. So they're much larger, as you can see. So they're about to 6 millimeters. They grow to 6 millimeters to 8 centimeters. So they are slightly bigger than the 2-spotted. So they're 7-spotted. They are sort of known to be larger and bigger, and you can't, oh, just to say, this is really important, don't keep different species of ladybirds together, because the bigger ones will eat the little ones, or the bigger ones will eat all the food. Okay, so always keep different ladybirds apart. That's why I've got them in separate nets. You'll see pictures of my nets on my website, www.animalchit.com. Okay, so have a look there, and there's more pictures and stuff there. So yeah, 7 spots are also great, but unfortunately you can't keep these through winter unless you've got heaters and stuff. I would suggest just going for the 2 spots, but they're absolutely lovely. All right, next ladybird is the 10-spotted ladybird. They don't always have 10-spotted ladies. 10-spotted ladies. Ooh, sorry, 10. They don't always have 10 spots. Sometimes they've just come out of their pupae, and they are sort of just starting to grow colour, and sometimes they will lack the 10 spots. They might have just, up to 8 or 9. They might not have exactly 10 because they've just come out of the pupae and they're just growing. So they grow to about, I think, 8 millimeters to 10 millimeters. No, they grow to about, just a minute. Yeah, 8 millimeters to 10. Sorry, a massive brain fart then. It happens, okay? Don't look at me like that. Yeah, so they are, they're very big. They're more bigger than these ones. I haven't got those, unfortunately, to show you, but you can find some pictures online, and I've got some pictures online as well for you to have a look at. The next one I will talk about is looked as a bad guy. They can't help it. It's just how they survive. So, don't blame them, but it's just how. So it's a harlequin ladybird, and it is known to be very sort of as the bad guy or bad girl, because it eats other ladybirds and their eggs as well as aphids. It's very big. It grows to about probably similar size to the 10-spotted, about sort of 8 to 10 millimeters, and it's normally sort of either it's got black with red spots, more than one red spot. They're quite big spots, or it can actually be yellow with a lot of other spots too. And it sort of it just eats all the eggs and ladybirds, which is horrible. It's they came over in 2004 in the UK, and they've been doing this to ladybirds ever since. So they are a little bit of a threat, but I think it's mostly birds and stuff in the garden that eat the ladybirds. They are they are very beautiful. deadly to other ladybirds. Why, you know, you probably think, why don't we kill them? Well, actually you can't tell which is which in larvae stage. It's quite hard. They're a bit bushier, but it's still really hard, and you can't really tell because their eggs, they're all the same colour, ladybirds. Their eggs are all the same colour, so you can't really tell from birth and things why they are, you know, who is who, what type of ladybird. So that's why. And to be honest, they're just doing what they're doing to survive. There's loads of creatures example for my praying mantises. See my praying mantises videos as well. I'm doing more on my giant Asian soon, so have a look at that. Yeah, they just do what they do to survive. My frogs eat crickets and that. They're doing what they're doing to survive. My praying mantises eat flies. They're doing what they need to survive. It's just that's the way it works. I don't agree with it totally, but that's how it is. So that's the types. There are loads of others. Sometimes they can come in different variations. So the actually two-spotted ladybird can come in sort of a black but with 2 red dots. So sometimes people think that's a harlequin, but actually it's a two-spotted but different colours. Some can actually come in sort of, and some other ladybirds can come in sort of yellow with black spots. So there's loads of variations. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about all of that because we will be here forever. Although I do like sitting here, you know. So the next one I will talk. Sorry, no more species. So I'm going to talk about sort of telling if they're female, male. It's so hard with ladybirds because they have the same patterns, but it's basically size of the body. I can't really show you with mine, but I will sort of take a photo and add that to my website as well because I forgot to put that in, unfortunately. Well, I thought I did, but it didn't save. So I will put that in there for you to do a comparison. It's quite hard to take photos of them, to be honest. They're not easy. They run and fly a lot, basically. So I will, do that. But males are much smaller body, and females are bigger. That's about it, really. It's quite hard to tell. You just have to look very closely. There's a behaviour that needs to be noted if you keep these. Sometimes it looks like they're weeing, but it's actually they are weeing, but they're weeing blood. This is a self-defense thing. If this happens and the stuff's on you, put the ladybug away calmly and wash your hands. Don't worry about it because they just do that for self-defense. It's not going to hurt you, the stuff. It's for other creatures and insects that are trying to catch it. It's not for us. It's not toxic, but wash your hands anyway, I would suggest. Now, on the general care, I will just go through it quite briefly because I have gone through it a lot on my website. So, an ideal thing for small ladybirds is a net. So, I've got a small breed in here. So, 2-spotted ladybirds are a net like this. And you put some sort of flowers in. I've only got a few because there's only a few of them and they're quite small. And you put some rose or bramble in there. And you shake some aphids in there with them on the leaves. Try and get them on the leaves because they will breed on the leaves. If you can't, don't worry about it. They might breed on the leaves anyway later. So that's for the small ladybirds. And for a bigger group of ladybirds, bigger type of ladybirds, I would go for something like, one flew, something like this. Nice and tall, sort of like a butterfly net. And so you put the plants in the paint pot and fill the paint pot with water and put a cotton ball in it so they don't fall in there. And you need to clean them out every 1 to 2 days because they're very messy, just like caterpillars. I will do a separate video on caterpillars, by the way. So yeah, that's about it really. Obviously you can layer the floor with kitchen roll. For the little ones, I don't do that because they always get lost and I've had problems with that. But for the big ones, layer with kitchen roll. It's quite handy to pull out and put in. Just make sure anything you get from the garden, just give it a little wash just in case there's any sort of germs, or if you get it from the park chemicals, you can wash it off quite thoroughly. That's about it. And really just sort of breeding, they just sort of do it themselves. And just be aware that some of the eggs don't hatch, they turn black because they are infertile. Don't worry about it. It's happened to me loads of times, and it's just sort of, sometimes they just sort of breed and the eggs are not working. That's why they lay so many. They are another R selection creature. Most insects are, meaning they lay more eggs to sort of make up for the fact that their young are going to be so weak. Unfortunately, the insects are weak, but I love them. I don't care. They're the underdog. So you know, they lay so much to make up for the fact predators will get them and they'll be weak, some of them, and that's just how it happens. But yeah, that's about it. If you feel like questions haven't been answered or you want to look up more, look up on my website www.animalchit.com. I probably said that, but I'll say it again. And follow me at Animalchit-chat 97. And yeah, see my other videos on YouTube. I've done a health one for frogs, and I'm going to do handling one soon. So thank you very much, and have a good day. Keep safe.